All right, guys. Well, welcome to our presentation. My name is Casey, and you are either watching this live or you are watching this recording because somebody has told you about some more information that you can get for Isagenix. So maybe you're somebody that's been on the products for a while and you're having such great results. You want to know more about it. You've shared it with some friends. You got the little black card in the mail, want to know what that's all about. Or maybe you're somebody who's really taking a look at this opportunity of Isagenix. And, we do have presentations that are more centered around the products, but this is a opportunity-focused webinar. So I'm going to be giving you examples of earnings. I'm going to show you my earnings and tell you some stories about some other people. This is not a get in and get rich quick. This is opportunity. And also we don't make any type of medical claims with our products. We don't cure, treat, diagnose, anything. And you can always go to isagenixearnings.com to check out our earnings statement. So I just want to say, what if you could learn one thing that could change your life to think differently? I know that I absolutely have. I began to use Isagenix as a product user back in August of 2012. I had put on some extra weight. I was a night shift nurse. I was living on Red Bull, coffee, Diet Mountain Dew, and I was really exhausted. And, I just put the products in my body truly to lose some weight. And when I had this energy shift by day 5, I felt fantastic. I released 12 pounds on the program. My mom's released 30 pounds. It just blew my mind. And I started to research what cellular cleansing was. And at the time I was a nurse for kids with cancer and I was watching them lose their lives. And I started to watch documentaries on, Food Matters, Food Inc., Knives or Forks, What the Fork Are You Eating? And I just really learned about the devastation that was happening in the food industry. And then I learned what Isagenix was and how great it was for something like Isagenix to be in our lives just to help us, really kind of just even out all this crap that we're putting in our bodies and just such affordable, easy, great nutrition. The more I learned about it, just truly just no compromise. And so I just really believed in the product. And then a woman handed me a book called The 4-Year Career. And that 4-Year Career book talked about when you really believe in a product, and especially that it's so consumable like Isagenix. I mean, everybody eats food, right? The entire family can be on these products. I mean, everybody's buying food. That's what this is. And I learned that I could use this to retire my husband, and I got to work. I went to an event. I roomed with somebody I didn't even know. And lo and behold, 3.5 years later, not only my friends with the girl I roomed with, but I replaced my income. I replaced my husband's income, and I've more than tripled those incomes combined. And I've done that with, I didn't have any, previous experience in network marketing. My friend Jennifer Trinkner, I'm so grateful for her. She introduced me and really showed me the way. And, I love making my office the beach. So not only have I been able to produce this kind of income, I'm able to do it from anywhere in the world. And I love the fact that you give me a phone and a computer and a hotspot and I can build this business. I love saying earn more to give more. These are my kids that I have around the world. I'm able to sponsor them and give them water, food, clothing, send them to school because of passive income. So really, I want to just ask everyone, what life have you chosen? And is it something that's really gratifying and fulfilling? And is it allowing you to also live the good life? Or are we someone that's at work all the time? Even people that do very well, maybe you make multiple 6 figures in your current job. Are you working 80 to 100 hours a week? What is that really quality? So really think about, just what it is that we're investing our time in, and how we can use our time now to produce that ideal life instead of being in that 40-year trap. So I'm going to talk to you guys about market trends, the solutions of Isagenix, and the partnership that we have that makes up the corporate staff of Isagenix, and how that leads into truly the greatest opportunity that I have come across. And so if you think about market trends, well, you want to know what your market is, right? If you have a product. Well, $62 billion worldwide weight loss. The US alone, 69% of people are considered overweight or obese. That's in the US alone. Then you think about the fitness industry. The fitness industry was worth over $75 billion in gyms alone. That's a booming industry, and Isagenix has just the most incredible amped product line for our athletes and protein. Then you think about anti-aging, expected to reach $285 billion by 2018. As an entrepreneur, is that a market that I want to play in? Well, yes, absolutely it is. So you're being in every single one of those markets, and you have such an incredible corporate staff that's supporting you, but then you also have all the science that is done for you too. And not only, are you addressing as far as the health issues for people, people are really in need for money. Right. So you think about just unemployment, rising healthcare costs, just taxes, debt. I mean, student loan debt. That's just horrible how kids are getting out of school in such massive debt. And then think about how many people, though, are not fulfilled, and with that, money and work are the primary stressors in their life. Right. So that's also one of the solutions of Isagenix, not just the products and the corporate and, the science that we do, but it's really the solution of the wealth vehicle, which is what this webinar is more about. So when you're playing in all these categories, right, and you have, again, the science. So, and I want to just talk for a second on the science. So not only do we, test our raw materials, we then formulate the product in-house, we test our finished goods, and we do third-party testing. I don't know of another company that does that, and that's why Dr. Michael Colgan put his stamp and his name with Isagenix. So I believe that everybody deserves to have 5 pillars in their body. And if you really think about like reallocation of spending, right, for opportunity, how many people are spending money on food? Everybody is. So you're looking at just reallocation to, $3 for a meal. You're looking at something that's just really helping your body with our cleanse, our ionics. We call it the stress buster, our Ageless Essentials and Product B. Those are our 4 or 5 main pillars of health that you're going to be dealing with. But again, we have massive athlete lines. Again, just an entire grocery store truly of support for people. But again, if you want to learn more about that, I encourage you to tune in 9 p.m. on Thursday night to this same link, or ask for the recording. Also, isagenixhealth.net. You can go there and you can see all of our studies. We are a science-based company. And the health and wellness industry, you guys, it's exploding. And we're like the #1 company in there because of our, no compromise. And then think about the baby boomers. If for the next 15 years, every single day, 10,000 people are turning the age 65, and 1 out of every $2 is being spent on health, and their spending accounts for 50% of the economy. Health and wellness is huge to be in right now. So that is truly what's making up your opportunity. And really think about like, what is wealth? So wealth is in terms of time. So if you have 3 months, right, or 90 days, we could say, and what you had in savings was $12,000. And if your expenses were 4 months, that would be the amount of your wealth, right? Your wealth would be for 3 months. So if you do not have forms of income coming in, you would have to, change your level of lifestyle if you didn't continuously have money coming in. So think about that. So I really want to talk about that residual income. So network marketing worldwide, sales were over 182 billion. Health and beauty is dominating the direct selling industry. So I think that's really exciting. And there's truly no limit on your earning potential that you have in this industry. Again, it's not a get in and get rich quick, but it's a vehicle that allows you to produce massive wealth for yourself. It's a great way to move product. Look at what the NFL, the music industry, video gaming, music industry, all combined didn't even come to $167 billion, right? So it's something that I definitely want to be a part of for sure, is network marketing, because it's just, the numbers are just mind-blowing. So now, let's talk about Jim and Kathy. So Isagenix wasn't found for Isagenix. Isagenix came about because of the products. So John Anderson is a master formulator, and he worked for a lot of companies, and they would just totally put crap in his pure products to dilute them. And so, he had enough of that. And Jim and Kathy Coover were in retirement. They had no interest in getting back in business. They were retired and they were comfortable. And they said no to John a lot of times. But once they discovered what the product was and his integrity with no compromise products, they came out of retirement to be the company that's doing it right. Kathy Coover was an associate, just like me and many of these people that have invited you, onto this webinar, or watch this recording, the same thing. And she did the same thing. Jim Coover had taken struggling companies to billion-dollar companies. So they know what they're doing. And their son, Eric, is just, you couldn't want anybody besides Eric to be, take it over. It's a legacy company, and they're doing it right. So truly, that's what separates Isagenix. Our vision is to impact world health and free people from physical and financial pain, and in the process, create the largest health and wellness company in the world. And Kathy wants to have more 6- and 7-figure earners than any other company. We're also global. This is a global opportunity. I have teams in 7 countries. And it's not that I know people that were there. I do now, but it's because of something called the internet. We have what's called Start Your Life, which is a young group of people, 18 to 35, but really have kind of coined the social media, and everybody's using social media to build. It's super easy. We always can do it. So that really allows you to expand easily into global markets. And, so all of that being that because you have Jim and Kathy and the corporate staff they put together with John Anderson, right? So the products that everybody needs, that they have immediate results. I just got off the phone with somebody who wanted nothing to do with the business, but they've had such amazing results that people want to know what they're doing, right? And so because of that, it's just really great to then apply the best compensation plan, all the websites and training, truly the systems that Kathy Coover has put into place. And then think about the industry of health and wellness, where it's going, social media. Isagenix, it's only 14 years old. I mean, truly, it's just the perfect timing. And, people say, well, how does it work? Honestly, you use the products and you get a story. You share the system. We find customers, right? People who just want to use it. And then we identify people who want to share it casually, get their products paid for, and then people who really want to build a business and create freedom for themselves and their families. I've been asked before, is this a pyramid scheme? Well, legal. That is when there is no exchange of a product, good, or service. We already saw a lot of our products. So, so first off, again, they're illegal. And, it's just when money comes in and then it's just siphoned back through. So that's not happening here. But I'm going to give you an example of what I believe to be more of a pyramid than anything else, and it's called corporate America. And I was a nurse, so I'm going to use a hospital as an example. But as a nurse, how hard could I have worked to ever get to the salary of the CEO of the hospital? Fat chance, not going to happen. How hard and many hours could I have worked to get to the director of nursing salary? Not going to happen. The nurse manager of my unit, not going to happen, right? I'm paid based on a title. I'm not paid based on my service and production, right? So in this industry, you can actually out earn everybody above you if you outproduce, right? So that is just the power. I think that it's the most fair business model there is. And I absolutely love it. And the only way you do well is when you help other people do well in your organization. So we have a ton of bonuses, promotions, leadership pools, rank advancements. And there's a really great movie on the compensation plan at isamovie.com under Wealth that you can check out. But I really want to talk to you more so, other than just getting your products paid for. I want to talk to you about residual. Now, this right here would get your products paid for. But more so, this is our entire compensation plan. Truly, this right here, we call it U+2, then +2. Isagenix loads your card right there, that little black card with money. They send it to you, and then that is how your residual is also put on there. So I also want to just, say Rich Dad Poor Dad is an excellent book. It's the #1 best finance book of all time. And I'm going to show you guys how the residual aspect is a form of big business. So he talks about how 95% of the population is on the left side of the quadrant. They're an employee or they're a small business owner. Oftentimes that small business can end up owning you because it's just a lot of work to run a small business. Now, can that turn into big business? Sure, when you have leverage. But employee is trading time for dollars. You don't go to work, you don't get paid. When I was a nurse, if I didn't go to work, I didn't get paid. When I took off a week to go down to the Caribbean with my family, I still earned almost $8,000 that week, right? So there is something called leverage, which is what I do. And I'm no longer an employee trading my time for dollars, right? And then that allows you to invest and make your money work even more. People over here have money and time working for them. Everybody over here is exchanging time for money. and you're not going to get ahead over here, right? This is where you get ahead and live the good life. So when you have leverage, that's one person a day for 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. That would be 40 hours, right? Easy enough. Even I can do that math. 10 people for 1.5 hours for 5 days a week at 75 hours. That right there, you see how you've already produced more? And I want to look in the time, because you've already produced more in time than you could have produced off your own efforts, right? Which is doing 1.5. 20 people at 1.5 hours. Now you're at 150 hours of production. You guys, the max hours of production that you could do off your sole efforts, if you were working 5 days a week, 24 hours a day, that right there is only 120 hours. So you've outproduced with 20 people just doing 1.5 hours of what you could do with yourself. I would rather earn 10% off of 100 people's efforts than 100% off my own effort. So what we're going to talk about is this weekly pay of that 6% of all of our business volume. That is the residual. That is what excites me, because that is when my head hits the pillow or when I go on vacation, how I still make money and I don't have to trade my time for it. Okay, we can build as many business centers as we want, and we get to build each business center to $702,000 residually. Every single product in Isagenix has a point. Every single product has a point value. Example, eShots, one of my favorite, right? 13 points, okay? So as you are ordering points, people underneath you are ordering points, it's all going into this little vault. It's sitting here in this vault. 900 points is $54. We earn 6%. So 900 times 6%, $54, okay? So when one side gets 300 and another side gets 600, that's going to be your cycle. And again, you don't have to, think about this whole, I just want to paint the big vision for you and let you see what this is. So when I showed you that picture earlier, I said, truly, this is our entire compensation plan. We call it U plus 2, then plus 2. My question to you, and again, 80% of people just use the products. Your business is built on the foundation of product moving through your organization, people consuming product, and having, tons of product users that just love the system and, they eat it. It's their food. Over time, can you find 2 people on your left and 2 people on your right who get it? Not a product user, but somebody who understands this compensation plan. Once they see this information, they cannot sleep because it clicks, okay? That will continue to duplicate. And I'm going to show you what the numbers would be if you just had the 2 people on your left and the 2 people on your right who get it over time, what would take place, okay? So your overhead in this business is approximately $150 a month, because that's 100 points. That's what it's to be active every 30 days. And then that right there allows you to play in what's called geometric progression and not arithmetic progression. Okay, that's your overhead. When you introduce 4 people, they would each introduce 4, right? They would find 2 on their left and 2 on their right. Why? Because they understand this. So they're going to educate people on what this is. That comes 16. Now 16 each enroll 4. That becomes 64. 64 each enroll 4. That is 256. Add all that up, that is 340 people that you now have in your organization from your original 4, okay? Again, pretend that there's no product users even coming in. That right there is 100 BV, right, for 340 people. Of just the people that were purchasing the minimum to be active to build this business, that would be $51,000 of products being moved through your organization, and that's if they're just doing the minimum. That right there would be $2,000 a month in residual income, okay? $2,000 a month in residual income. So now let's take it a little step further. Okay, maybe that took somebody 3 years, 4 years, who knows? That's just, an idea. So let's say that took somebody 3 years to do, then maybe on year 4, okay? And again, people can go much faster or slower. That right there would be 1,364 people. You have now had a quantum leap. So you've had a massive quantum leap right there. That right there would be over $200,000 moving through your organization. That would be $8,000 a month in residual income. Okay, and residual income, meaning money that's coming in just from you purchasing your 100 points and all the product that's moving through your organization. Take it a step further. That right there is over 5,000 people. See how you're having quantum leaps? You're having massive geometric progression. It's multiplying itself. That would be $32,000 a month in residual income. I don't care if this took me 10 years. It would be a better option than what I was doing, which was dealing with politics in the nursing place, right? I couldn't even take care of my patients how I wanted to, because you had to chart. That was the patient, truly the computer. So I was just really disgusted and disheartened by that, right? And now this to me, it's like, I just don't understand. I feel like only people who do not do this, they cannot possibly understand it. So I'm going to show you my earnings. Again, you can always go to isagenixearnings.com and see our income statement. And my first month, I didn't make anything. My second month, I shared it with some people, was making the bonuses. This really wasn't the 6% building up yet. It took me a year to get to what I was earning as a nurse. Now, I went to school for 6 years and spent tens of thousands of dollars to become a nurse. And I got $1.50 raise in my entire nursing career. Now, I was able to give myself over a $10,000 raise in 1 year doing this, right? And building it up residually. And so my highest month to date has been $45,000. And I have been able to earn in 1 month what a year used to take me to do in nursing. So you think about that and the amount of time that I've put into it. And I've put in time. I've put in lots of time. I've treated this like a stone cold business. When I learned what this business paid out, you better believe I said I'm going to learn it. Because this is $1 million opportunity that was at my fingertips. And so that's the power though. And how does those numbers even work? Well, I show you it's the multiplication, but take a look at this penny, right? Would you rather a penny that doubles and then it stops, right, after it doubles for 30 days or $1 million? Well, the old me, I would have won the $1 million, but just how I showed you how that 4 became 16, that 16 became 32, 32, 64, right? That same principle that's taking place with this penny is taking place in that organization. But what happens is for some reason, I feel like people think that this business model shouldn't apply. Majority of small businesses don't even start to earn profit until 3 years in, right? And think about the investment, the capital, the overhead that goes into that. You have a business in your pocket, in your phone, with the internet, and you're able to start producing something like this. But I think people think it doesn't go fast enough in the beginning, just like this penny, right? It's only $163. But you look at day 30, that penny comes to over $5 million. But if you don't understand what's happening, you're thinking, oh my gosh, I'm an idiot. That penny, I'm only at $163. I should have taken the $1 million. Half the month's already over. Because then it just really starts to take geometric progression place. And that same thing that happened with this penny is the same principle behind our compensation plan of finding, like I said, you're going to have a ton of product users, but truly, can you find 2 people on your left who get it and 2 people on your right who get it over time? And, my answer is yeah, because I'm not stopping until I do. So, you have to put in the time, right? If time is red and the black line is money or freedom or whatever it is for you, right? The time is going to put in. And as you put in the time, the money just totally continues to grow up if you are putting in the time and doing the work for the 6%. And again, there's a ton of upfront bonuses, getting your products paid for. I mean, that's upfront money. But the money that excites me that I like to educate people on is let me show you how you can fund your passion. Let me show you how you can put your kids through college. Let me show you just to get out of debt. That residual money is what's exciting. And, people say that this is a form of direct sales, and yes, it is. But to me, it's way more exciting than direct sales. Why is that? Well, in direct sales, when you stop selling, guess what happens? You stop making money, right? Did I sell anything when I was on my vacation with my family? Nope, didn't sell nothing. Did I connect with people? Absolutely. But I didn't sell a thing, right? So, let's say it was sodas that we're talking about. Look, buy as many sodas as you want. For me, from $1, turn around from selling for $2. Knock yourself out. Right? In Isagenix, it's like, look, get your initial vending machine for $12 to $40 a day, whichever one for your first 30 days. Go through your budget. You're probably spending more than $10 a day anyways on food. So think about that. And anything that ever moves through that vending machine, you get to bank 6%. But the exciting thing is all you have to do now is show other people how to get their own vending machines, and anything that moves through those vending machines and then those vending machines and those vending machines is 6%. We're just responsible for getting the initial vending machine and showing people how to use the Isagenix system. And Isagenix does everything. They do the, customer service, the paperwork, the stocking, the shipping. They do everything. My responsibility is simply to help people get their own vending machines. And like I said, even if it took me 10 years to find 2 on my left and 2 on my right, what else was I going to do to where I could get to $30,000 a month in residual income? Yeah. So, you would have to have $10 million in the bank And a 1%, if you were doing 1% interest on that money, you'd have to have $10 million in the bank to have $10,000 a month in residual income, right? If you wanted $20,000 a month in residual income, you'd have to have 20 million in the bank if it was at 1% interest. So how long would it take me to get 10, 20, $30 million in the bank? Well, truly, I am at the equivalent of that if I look at my residual income. So, for me to not treat this like a stone cold profession just is absolutely, I just feel like I'd have to be crazy not to. And it's the best products in the world. You're helping people with their most number one precious gift, which is their health. I mean, truly, I just thank Jennifer Trinkner every single day. The people that I have met have become truly some of my very best friends in this business, and you're helping people, and it's just the growth that you experience. And I didn't know how to build this at all. I was afraid to talk to strangers. I didn't know how to use social media. I wasn't, suave on my phone. I didn't want to be salesy. I don't think I'm good at sales. And you really think about that, and just the fact that, you really can, though. You can learn anything. If I can learn it, you can learn it. So just get back with whoever invited you to this presentation. If you, again, want to learn more about the products, join us on our product presentation, and just really utilize the groups that you're in and the training and all the tools out there, to allow yourself to be successful also. It's totally worth everything. Every single moment that I've ever put in to this has just been worth more. And the person I'm becoming and the people that I get to meet is truly, that's even better than the money, honestly. So everybody have a great day or night, and just look forward to seeing you all in the groups. And thank you so much for joining.